What is up, guys? This is ALTX here. I woke up roughly half an hour ago, and right now I'm recording round 21 of the NR2003 2018 season. This time we are returning to Rockingham at night for 59 laps. First race was 40 laps. This one will be 59 laps long. Joey Logano won the pole here for the first visit. This time it's his teammate Brad Keselowski. Truex Jr., the defending winner, starting back in P8. And Logano all the way back in row 8. Looks like he's starting P15. No, that is row 13. Or, oh god. It's row 7. He's starting P13. Alright. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup, starting from the back. We have the 66 of Mark Thompson, the 96 of DJ Kennington, 92 of David Gilliland, 72 of Cole Witt. Oh, stop. 75 of Casey Mears, 33 of Jeffrey Earnhardt, 52 of Cody Ware, 62 of Brennan Gaughan. Now we have the 32 of Matt DiBenedetto, the 51 of Timmy Hill, 13 of Ty Dillon, 43 of Bubba Wallace, the 6 of Trevor Bayne, the 38 of David Reagan, 34 of Michael McDowell, and 3 of Austin Dillon. 37 of Chris Buescher, the 95 of Casey Kane, 24 William Byron, 21 Paul Menard, the 1 of Jamie McMurray, the 47 of AJ Allmendinger, the 10 of Eric Almirola, 9 of Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Newman, 20 of Eric Jones, 22 of Joey Logano, 11 of Denny Hamlin, 88 of Alex Bowman, starting in the 5th row, Jimmy Johnson, 10, Kyle Larson, 9th, Martin Truex Jr., 8th, Daniel Suarez, 7th, Clint Boyer, 6th, and the top 5 will be Kevin Harvick, 5th, Kurt Busch, 4th, Ryan Blaney, 3rd, and on the outside pole will be Kyle Busch, and on the pole for today's race is Brad Keselowski. Got about 2 minutes to talk points. This race will be Brad Keselowski's second pole of the season. Obviously, good to have the playoff points, but he needs a win for them to be for them to grid him up in that system. That would put him effectively above Boyer on the grid because of the amount of points he's accumulated if he won. Because he would have 7 points, and he'd only be battling with Boyer because they're the only two with 7 points. Martin Truex Jr. is still leading points, 4 wins. One of them came at this racetrack when we first visited here. He is, of course, atop of the board with the most playoff points. Then it goes Harvick, Busch, Almirola, and Blaney for your top 5. Eric Almirola, a big talking point, 10 top 5, first driver this season to reach double-digit top 5s. He's finished top 5s in half the races he started, so that's impressive. 14 top 10s in 20 races is also a pretty good stat. 10 playoff points that are caused by his 2 victories. It took him a while to get his 2 victories. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the 2 victories both came within the last 6, 5, whatever his races. So it took him the majority of the season to start winning, but they finally found that groove and they were able to win themselves some races and lock themselves in. So that's good for them. They really had some good fortune coming their way after some being choked away. But the 2, the 48, the 11, the 22 we talk about, guys down here that are looking to make it in on points or victories, as we only have 6 races left in the regular season. Jones, Elliott, Byron on the bubble, they have a chance, and I think it's Newman on back who basically needs to win. That should be any second.
Drivers, start your engines.
And there's the command. Just one little last thought. As I said before, Logano currently has that last spot. Jones is only 19 back. Chase Elliott, a little bit larger, the gap. 37, I want to say. Yes, 24 plus 13 is 30. 37 points back. Byron's gap is a little bit scarier, actually. 53 and 77 points for William Byron. And that's doable, but in 6 races, that's kind of a lot. So he'd have to have a couple good races. Logano, a couple bad races. And then Newman on back. Newman's almost 2 races out. So he's got over 2 races of points to make up in 6 races. So I'd say Newman on back, 20th on back in points are basically in a win situation, and 13th through 19th are probably going to be doing a points battle to try and make it in. One of those drivers is Brad Keselowski starting on the pole. He will lead us down, and we'll see what happens in 59 laps. We'll see who's leading then. Green flag is out at Rockingham. As Keselowski comes out of turn 4 to lead lap 1, Ryan Blaney took a peek to his inside to try and battle for that spot. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw Kyle Busch get up into the wall. There he goes again. Oh, he got a tap from his brother Kurt. He's going to hit the wall again. Hard impact for the 18. He's falling backwards fast. Looks like he made contact with Kurt Busch that time, and something's broken on the 18 car, it looks like, as drivers scramble to get around him. Car's just going straight towards the wall every time. He is losing ground significantly. So is the 48, the 20, and the 10 who started near the front. They can't get around the 18. There's just nowhere to go. Larson hit the wall too there, it looks like. Drivers flirting with the wall a little bit too much too early. Should see Kyle Busch finally get it back down off the wall. It's just the way he hits it and rides it up there. It looks like something's broken, but I don't know. Where did he go? Where the hell did he go? There he is. So that really put a lot of playoff contenders outside. Kyle Busch 18th, Hamlin 20th, 48 of Johnson back, Jones back, Almirola all the way back here. So ill-handling situation for a lot of these guys early on. Keselowski still leads with Harvick behind him. Daniel Suarez in third place. He's been pretty quiet all season. He's had some good runs, some close calls to victories, but he's looking pretty stout today so far. 5 laps in, holding on to that third spot. Ryan Blaney 4th, Alex Bowman 5th. Alex Bowman, as we've known, has not scored a top 5 or 10 all season, and then he won a race at Daytona, and we have not seen him since. So here he is again running top 5. That's exactly what he needs to do, establish some consistency now that he's locked in. Here's Ryan Newman looking for a victory, perhaps not points to get into the playoffs, doing what he needs to do, running up in the top 10. Move further back along. Looking for guys like Jimmy Johnson. Johnson seems to be looking through the field. He's past the 18, the 11. He's making up ground quickly. I didn't even notice Eric Jones actually has passed 4 or 5 cars since he slipped back. So the 20 and the 48 look to be marching through the field. Hamlin and Kyle Busch a little bit slower. Kyle Busch probably slowest of them. He has significant damage on the right side of his car. It got battered up pretty heavily. But Hamlin and Johnson are amongst those drivers, 13th or 16th, who are trying to defend their spot in the playoffs as Elliott almost hits the wall coming off that corner. Guys are really getting close to the wall. Almirola, 2 wins. He no longer has those kinds of worries. McMurray, wow, I don't know what it is, but then they are struggling. They've had a horrible season. No luck for them. They've had decent pace, but this just looks like to be an off weekend. He's battling Timmy Hill and Trevor Bayne for the 31st spot. It's always a rough weekend when you're racing the bat markers for position. We move further up the field. No, sorry, we haven't had any change in position, although it does appear that Suarez and Harvick are catching the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Just because I like to, I'm going to look at the fastest laps. That's right. Keselowski is being ran down by Kevin Harvick. We're now 10 laps in. Harvick running lap time just a little. He was slower that time. Check out the gaps. They change from 2/10 just down a little bit more. He's slowly creeping up on him. Not big gains, but gains. So I'll come out of turn 2. Things seem to be slightly tame. We see the 48 going for the pass on 43, and I think that was Kyle Busch pulling to the inside of the 47 to try and get around him. I believe that gap shrunk a little bit more this time. 21:54, 19 and 42. Yeah, so Suarez and Keselowski, Suarez and Harvick are slowly gaining on Keselowski. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a battle for the lead here soon. Now they've all pretty much single filed out. Johnson and Bush got around their respective battles and were able to complete their passes. We got another flyby at the field. Guys are getting awful close to the wall. I'm surprised only Kyle Busch has been the one to run into it. Uh-oh, here comes Harvick. He got a good run off that corner. Much better lap that time by 4. He's starting to... Oh, he looked like he was starting to peak there. He has to back off his attack. He'll lose some ground for that one. Lose significant ground. It looked like he wanted to peak to the inside, but then got better of it, backed off, and then slipped up a little bit. He gains a lot here in 3 and 4. He gets through the corners better. He gets a way better run off than Keselowski. So he is right back up to Keselowski's bumper. It has him running a slightly slower lap as he tried to almost make a move, it looks like. Looks like Brad is a lot stronger in 1 and 2 than he is. Runs a slightly higher line, has better corner speed, and gets off better. Harvick just digs into the corners so much better here in 3 and 4. He's able to get a better run off. So they're pretty equal right now. Suarez lurks in 3rd. 4th place is Blaney, 5th is Bowman. The rest is pretty much the same. Defending winner from last season, Martin Truex Jr. hasn't really gone anywhere so far. Eric Jones is charging through the field, it looks like. He's 4th in fastest lap, so he is definitely has a fast car. Wasting no time trying to get back to the front. See Jimmy Johnson up to 16th, moving at a slower pace than he. Hamlin and Busch are also getting up through the field, 17th, 18th. Eric Almirola is still working over Casey Kane. He fell the deepest in the field. Glad to see McMurray starting to find a groove. He's actually starting to pass some cars now. He gets around the 47 for the 26th spot. Oh, trouble. That's a caution. That's a lucky break for Brad Keselowski as the 92 is sent spinning. Looks like he hit the wall pretty hard looking at his right side. See if we can catch it. Yeah. Oh, he really hit it. He clobbered that thing. He might have had some help. So this will definitely bring about the first pit stops of the day as we are 1/3 of the race. We'll come back for the replay of what brought out the caution. Actually, let's see who wins the race off pit road first. How about that? Then we'll look at the replay. Pit stops right away. Keselowski leads them down. Pit signs start going down. We'll see Brad Keselowski come around and claim that first pit stall. And we'll be able to sit back and watch the race off pit road from here. It should be a pretty tight one. Brad Keselowski's crew needs to be on it. 92 of Kenny, that's the 92 of Gillen just is going to probably come back around to repair some damage. Keselowski, he's going to beat Harvick off pit road. Keselowski, Harvick, 19th, 12 in the 88. Ryan Newman is going to be +1. Larson gained some. Eric Jones gained a lot. Johnson and Busch lost a lot. Almirola might have lost some ground too. Denny Hamlin, I can see him coming off way back there. He's got to drive through the field again. He lost a lot of ground on that stop. Disaster of a stop for them. We'll briefly look at the replay and take you back for the restart after that. Looks like the cause of the accident was some good old racing for last place. 66 of Mark. Oh. Let me do this unprofessionally. Here we go. Thompson slides up and gets the wall. Heavy contact there with the right side. Kennington, does he keep it off of him? Yeah, he does. Wow, Kennington does a great job getting it wound up. Alright, we'll be back to the restart. Call me Rick Allen, but some major championship implications. Joey Logano currently sits parked on pit road. Kyle Busch is pulling onto pit road. I didn't see smoke out the back of his car, did I? Is that a blown engine? I hope not. Kyle Busch has blown an engine. I mean, he's already won races, so it's not very significant for him, but after struggling early on, getting put to the back of the field, hitting the wall twice, Kyle Busch's bad day gets worse. And it looks like he'll be put out of his misery and pulled to the garage. As Joey Logano sits patiently on pit road, not sure what for. There he goes now. Maybe he was being held a lap or what. I don't know. That is absolutely tragic for them. You see, like unlike Kyle Busch, this team is not really in a position where they can afford to have things like this happen. They need the points, and now they're going to be mired a lap down. They've got ground to make up. 2 lap cars leading the field, by the way, so you know this is just going to be absolutely perfect. What could go wrong about this? Hasn't updated, still has Logano 13. So has Busch. Well, Busch is further back, so we'll see what happens. Brad Keselowski is the leader, but it will be the 92 of Gilliland for some reason leading them to the green. With Cody Ware on his inside. And Logano. Huh. Green flag. Wow. Oh, hold on. Harvick goes to the outside immediately. Doesn't want to waste time getting around the 2. Keselowski looks like it wasn't a good decision. No, he's gonna hit the wall coming out of the corner. Oh, heavy impact from multiple drivers coming out of the corner. Kevin Harvick included. He smacked the wall. Cannot run next to the wall at this track. He got way up into that, that too high groove. And he hit it hard. And that's going to give the lead right to Keselowski. And chaos ensues behind them. 92 of Gilliland in the wall again. He's basically a hazard at this point. Drivers are going to have to do everything they can to get around him as fast as they can. It looks like these guys have the 48 and the 19 almost make contact. Johnson on the inside of the 20 and the 22. Elliott right on his tail. Guys are jockeying all over position. As here comes another lap car. The 52 of Cody Ware. These guys are going to struggle to get around him. There is no battle for the lead right now. Keselowski is able to get away quite quickly. He's got his teammate Ryan Blaney behind him. Oh, this is bottlenecking very badly. Logano is a lap car, but mind you, he's got a top 10 car pace. He goes down, cuts off the 48. They all want to get around Cody Ware, but there's nothing they can do. He has the... Oh, Eric Jones hard into the outside wall. Johnson and Elliott now stuck behind 2 lap cars. The only problem is Joey Logano's fast. They can't exactly get around him. And they are in the top 5, by the way. Ryan Blaney starting to reel in his teammate Brad Keselowski. Ryan Newman is running 3rd place. As I said earlier, looking for a win. Johnson gets around the lap car of Cody Ware. Kurt Busch does too. Dillon looks like he is as well. Chase Elliott is actually still stuck behind the 52 of Ware. Oh, he cuts off his teammate. Almost makes contact. He's finally going to get under him. Then all the lead lap cars are going to take the bottom lane here. 3 wide off the corner back here. Suarez pounds the wall. He has a fast car. That's unfortunate for him. That's 3 Joe Gibbs cars lined up in a row, all with damage on their sides. Suarez and Jones, pretty heavy damage too. That spells trouble for them. Keselowski once again leading, defending from another driver. As we see the field fly by. That looked very dangerous. Where was that? That looked horrible. That could result in some death. No death? Okay, I'm pretty sure somebody must have hit the wall. So the handling on that 19 car is probably destroyed. Same with the 20. It's a shame for those guys. They had fast race cars too. Ah, no. Could a battle for the lead be brewing? I don't know. We still have 30 laps. We're only halfway through this thing. It has been a pretty wild one so far. Just battling and cars hitting the wall all throughout the pack. You still got 30 laps of it left, so hold on. It's probably going to get worse. Logano here not running in the 5th position. Do not mistake him for that. He is a lap car, needs his lap back. And look, Paul Menard holds that final spot in the top 10. Kevin Harvick really got held up. Ended up hitting the wall. That car is not the same as it was earlier. Kane up to 13th amongst all the chaos. Able to take advantage of a lot of drivers' misfortune. Bowman battling right into the top 15 as he has been all season. McMurray, as I mentioned earlier, was struggling mightily. But they looked like they were able to take advantage of some other drivers' misfortune. They were able to make a good adjustment. Now they've got a decent race car. They make the pass for 15. Truex pressuring him right away, though. Truex, the defending winner at this race, looking to make up some more ground. And here's the 47 of Allmendinger looking to try and get by the 52. We have Suarez and Jones. Damage on their cars. Eric Almirola having a terrible day, it looks like. Not characteristic of them at all. Most top 5s and top 10s throughout the season. A pair of victories to go with it. and they are struggling mightily. I don't even know if they hit the wall. I've lost track of who hit the wall. Any DNFs? No DNFs. What? Why does it say Mark Thompson's running last? He's not running last. Stop it. Anyways, here's a battle for third. Larson to the inside of Newman. It was Newman wrecking Larson out of his way to make it into the Final Four of the playoffs at Phoenix in 2014. Or no need for that here, as we haven't even hit the playoffs yet. Blaney currently treading right in the tracks of his teammate Brad Keselowski. If a caution doesn't come out, maybe he'll actually have a shot at Keselowski. As Brad started on pole, he's led every lap since then, able to barely hang on to the lead. At first, faced opposition from his teammate Blaney right away on lap 1, as he was able to defend that. And then he had he had Harvick peeking. Oh, it looks like Blaney's actually going to have a shot at it here. Blaney got a really good 3 and 4, dug into the inside and got a great run off. Keselowski's going to take a defensive line. He's been better in 1 and 2 all day than his opponents. He's going to get a big run off there. Oh, it might not be enough. Ryan Blaney might be too good right now. Blaney, right from the get-go, looked to the inside of his teammate on lap 1 to try and get the lead, and 36 laps later gets the job done. Blaney to the lead, 23 laps to go. And don't look now, but Kyle Larson is coming. Look a little bit further back throughout the field. Kane and Truex battling for 12th. Jones getting by Bowman for 16th. Almirola doing everything he can to pass cars. Now Blaney got by Keselowski, but I feel like Kyle Larson might be faster than Blaney. He is coming. Or they are the top 2 on the fastest lap chart. It goes Blaney, and then it goes Larson. 31 of Newman trying to hang on to that top 5 spot. He's got a buffer between he and Chase Elliott. Johnson and Kurt Busch have swapped this position in 6th place multiple times. They're still swapping it back and forth. Dillon running in the top 10, Menard in the top 10. And there's William Byron racking up points as he needs. This is great for Byron. He's got 11. He's 11th here. And here's Joey Logano, a lap down. So Byron's going to gain about 25 points. And all of a sudden, that 77-point gap won't look so scary heading into just 5 more races before the playoffs. Larson going for the pass on Keselowski. This is very important that he gets around Brad as fast as he can. Looks like Keselowski has held on to that lead as long as he can, and now he's starting to slide backwards. We'll now see if Larson can chase down Blaney. He's got 18 laps to do it. Elliott found his way around Newman. Busch and Boyer both passed Johnson, and now they're trying to work over the 31 of Ryan Newman. Let's see what Larson can do now that he's out in some clean air for lap times. We'll watch the gap. 8.5 tenths back. Oh, it grew that time. He's going to have to be quicker. Newman has lost a lot of track position recently, falling back to 8th. He's got his RCR teammate right behind him, though. It's not bad company. 2 RCR cars in the top 10. Can't really come. Oh, Keselowski's blown a motor! What has happened? That's the 2nd time this race a championship contender has blown a motor. Austin Dillon's coming down pit road with him, too. What? That's not going to bring out a caution because he got off pit road fast enough. Are we going to have green flag pit stops here? We're going to have green flag pit stops, it looks like. Yes, here they come. Ryan Blaney comes down pit road. Larson stays out for longer. What has happened? Brad Keselowski. Maybe that's why he started to fall back. He blew an engine. I'll hand the lead over for the time being. Green flag pit stops will hand the lead to Kyle Larson. But that is absolutely massive, as he was leading the drivers for leading the points for drivers who do not have wins in 13th. That is absolutely massive for him. As we see a lot of guys starting to pit now. Varying pit strategies. We saw some guys come in on lap 42. It is now 44, and some drivers have not even yet elected to pit. Larson, Johnson, Newman. Looks like they're all trying to pull some kind of strategy. The one of McMurray as well. Could it be waiting for a caution, possibly? As I believe Larson is still out on track. See some damage on pit road. Yes, Larson is still out on track. Johnson is still out on track. And then we've got some other stragglers behind them. Larson and Johnson trying to wait as long as they can before they can pit. Looks like Larson's coming this time. Is Johnson coming this time as well? Yes, he is. Well, you really had to get it wound up going in the pit road that time. Some guys still haven't even pit. Who are we looking for? 12 of Ryan Blaney. Yes, we got Ryan Blaney was the leader when the whole sequence started. Green flag pit stop started off with a bang. Keselowski blew an engine. He came down pit road, and Austin Dillon came down and began the pit road green flag stop sequence. Who we're watching is Ryan Blaney. He was the leader before pit stops. We got Chase Elliott behind him, but we'll just have to see how the field files out. Blaney going right by the 38. Doesn't even look like the 38 is pitted. There's the 42 of Larson off pit road. And wow, they're going to get a lot of ground. Wow, wait, was it a bad strategy to wait that long? Because these guys are going to lose a lot of ground from staying out for that long. Ryan Blaney's going to have the lead. Oh, the 43 car has not yet pitted. Neither had... Oh, wreck! Brennan Gunn! Oh, this is bad. He's coming back down the track. Oh, he takes nobody with him. But is that going to be a caution? Well, NASCAR, yeah, it's going to be a caution right in the middle of the green flag pit stop sequence. That shakes things up. Some of these guys have not yet pit. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. But Brennan Gunn spins to bring out the caution. Who's the leader? Race control has Eric Jones the leader. Everybody else a lap down, but all these guys need to pit, so we'll see what happens. We'll come back with the restart in just a moment. Or the restart. Brennan Gunn spun. Who cares how? Wow, we're back. Interesting situation here. The leaders are in the back of the field again. I hate when this happens. That will be David Reagan fourth, Hamlin third, or Bubba third, Hamlin second, Eric Jones will be leading them to the restart. We'll have, I think that's 8 laps. No, 7 laps to go once we take the green flag. Here's 5th place Ryan Blaney, who was leading the race. 6th place Chase Elliott, 7th Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Ryan Newman, J.D. Johnson, Michael McDowell. 21 of Paul Menard finishes out the top 15. Jesus. We'll be watching back here though, as this will be the race for the win. And if there's a wreck that happens up front, these guys better miss it. They played the strategy game right by staying out as long as possible. We saw Johnson and Larson pit. Just a lap later, there was a caution. A better call for them perhaps would have been to stay out longer. But Jones, Hamlin, Wallace, and Reagan all played it right. Now they're going to have a shot at the victory. Just the 4 of them. Green flag is out. Here they go. Jones pulls out to the outside immediately. Hamlin goes down to the inside immediately, looking to try and make that pass. Hamlin with a very battered race car. Hamlin, one of the drivers, by the way, who does not yet have a win. None of these guys have wins. I hear contact at the front. Cars hitting the wall. They better be careful. If there's a wreck, then there's nowhere to go. Hamlin rockets by the 20. He has no problem taking the lead. 20 gets stuck back there. Oh, that's bad. That's bad for Jones. Hamlin might have just won the race, actually, right there. Hamlin, the race leader, with 5 to go. Nothing more that can be done by Jones. He's too far back. Big wreck! There goes the 47 of AJ Allmendinger. That could end it right there. Is that it? Caution is out. Denny Hamlin. We're not going to have enough laps to go for a restart. That's going to give the win to Denny Hamlin narrowly. He cuts the 20 off last second. Denny Hamlin is going to win off a strategy call. Severe damage to that 11 car. Nothing more that he could have done than some crafty strategy. And that is going to really shake things up in the playoffs. Caution's out, y'all. Chill. Real quick, I just want to point some things. Or actually, no, I'll wait for the end. Denny Hamlin wins Rockingham off of a great strategy call. Now they're going to come around and fix their positions. The rest of the top 5 will go as follows. Eric Jones, David Reagan, Bubba Wallace, and Ryan Blaney. With the wrong strategy, he's still going to muscle out the top 5. Chase Elliott 6th. Clint Boyer 7th. Larson 8th. Dillon 9th. And there's William Byron, P10, doing, as I said, what he needs to do. Getting some really nice points. As Logano finishes all the way back in 33rd. That's good points for the 24 car. Not only the 22 car, but Brad Keselowski. Wow, Keselowski. Look at these. Piston, header, engine. Engine problems for 3 of the top playoff contenders. That is unreal. Don't even know. We'll come back when they cross the line and Denny Hamlin wins. Here they come out of turn 4. Denny Hamlin, roll away victory for him at Rockingham. They pull off the right strategy at the end of the race, capitalize on a spin by Brennan Gaughan, and will win at Rockingham. First win of the season, and he is locked into the playoffs. Rest of the field crawls by there. We'll look at the final race standings. Only 21 cars in the lead lap. Already gone through the top 10 here. Jimmy Johnson just missing out on it. 11th, Newman 12th, then our 13th. McMurray was able to battle back from our rough start to finish 14th. Kurt Busch 15th, DiBenedetto 16th, Stenhouse 17th. Eric Almirola not in form at all, finishing 18th. Trevor Bayne 19th, Michael McDowell P20. Suarez was running top 5 early on, smacked the wall hard a couple of times, finishes 21st. Truex Jr. 22nd, so pretty big race for title contenders, really. Pretty big race for that points bubble. Things really got shook up around here. Hamlin wins. This is going to move him amongst the 5 playoff point drivers. This should seed him 9th on the grid. This pushes Keselowski and Johnson back more into the danger zone. Keselowski, following this race, will be 14th in points. Johnson 15th, and Logano 16th. So, actually, no. Johnson's going to pass Keselowski undeniably. Johnson finishing 11th. Not great, but look where Keselowski finished. Only 3 points for Brad Keselowski. Jimmy Johnson finishing where he did will be awarded 30 points. Johnson's going to make up 27 points on Brad and be 25 points ahead of him after this one. Logano also finished way far in the back. Eric Jones finished 2nd. Eric Jones is actually going to pass Logano in points. After this race, Logano is going to be out. Chase Elliott is also going to gain roughly 30, 25-ish points. So he's going to be right behind Joey Logano in points. So things are really starting to shake up. It looks like Johnson and Keselowski appear to be the most safe. There is no real safety, though, as Eric Jones is really pulled off he didn't win, but a 2nd place finish is about as good as it can get if you don't win for a driver like him. As now he's going to be effectively into the playoff hunt, and William Byron will be able to close himself up a little bit more. Ryan Newman, as I said, needed a win. Won't really do anything but gain some more points. But that would be Kyle Busch's 5th DNF of the season. Easily the most DNFs by a driver up here in the top 10 in points. So that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. See you on the next video.